Hello again everyone, Age of June here, and we are back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. As you can see here, this does have Fabbbyyy in it again, but he is jungling, which is actually kind of why I decided to go ahead and do this. I've been wanting to see him jungle since I noticed he was doing it quite a bit the other day. I don't know if he's practicing at it, or if it's actually his alternate role, but I really wanted to see how it goes, so here we are. Unfortunately, one kill is already gone, but this time we just saw a whole bunch there. Let's see, it apparently was Ezreal versus Alistar. Alistar died. I guess? No, that was later. Apparently Quinn killed Gragas. Okay, so sorry I missed that one. Unfortunately, this is a featured game, not one of the ones that I came in when I wanted to, so I have to deal with what, the hand I'm dealt. So it looks like Fabby's actually coming in for an invade here on SilSol, who is not actually SilSol apparently. From what I understand, it used to be SilSol. That is his account, but he apparently stopped playing and his brother took over his account or something. I don't know. But either way, it is no longer actually SilSol. But there's a nice little engagement down here. The Ezreal is trying to take down the Draven. Draven is really low. Draven does go down. Now it is Ezreal versus Alistar, and I'm pretty sure we saw Ezreal take down the Alistar. Alistar is just kind of running away around, and I'm not really sure why, because he died for it. So definitely could have done better there. I don't know what exactly he was doing, and we did actually see. Farther. There we go. Okay, so we saw this guy. These two have a nice little engagement up here. Looks like Fabbbyyy is coming in for a gank under the tower. Quinn goes in, does a little bit of damage to him, and she actually just ends up killing him with her ignite. So Fabbbyyy was not actually used at all, and he ended up wasting his flash for that, so I'm not really sure that's a great move on his part. He was trying to get the assist, but he did not end up getting it, and instead he just ended up wasting his flash, so he's not very happy with that. We got Kha'Zix versus Ryze mid, so, oops. Fabby's coming in for another gank on the SilSol here. The SilSol account. Oh, he wasted his Q, so he did not end up getting the kill there. That guy is at 20 health. Now, if Fabbbyyy decides to come around, which it looks like he is, oh, but he used his Q there, so SilSol is going to get out of this alive. Okay, so while we have a momentary lull in activity here, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the players. We've got Quinn top, played by Thyak, versus Jayce, played by Zephyx. Pretty sure we've seen him before. We've got Ryze mid, played by UncleSamsCabin, versus Kha'Zix, played by Otter. I think NWE might be a clan name, but I'm not sure. Or a big, I don't know, guild name? I don't even know what they are in League. I don't know exactly what one would call them. We've got Ezreal, played by BestRightClickNA, versus Draven, played by Geranimo. The support for the blue team is BestRightClickNA, played by Daydreamin, versus Alistar, played by TryD3, I'm gonna say. Yes, that works. Stuff's happening up there, pings. Looks like Fabby's probably going up there for a gank. But let's go and take a look at this. Lee Sin is Fabbbyyy versus Gragas, played by SilSol, obviously, as we've seen at least twice. So it looks like here comes the gank, indeed. The Jayce is trying to get away. He does get hit by that Q, gets slowed down. He punts the Lee Sin back, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Fabby's going to go ahead and defend this tower. Tank the tower so that Quinn can get through, but unfortunately for him, SilSol was coming in and did indeed end up taking him down. So now Gragas is trying to take down the Quinn here. I'm not sure he'll be able to do it. She's actually pretty powerful. She may end up taking him down instead, and he is on the run now. She does plant a ward down there, and she's not going to chase him down because he will probably kill her, actually, because she's pretty low. Ooh, if that barrel hit her, she would have died, but it did not indeed end up hitting her. There is an MIA ping from Ryze, but Kha'Zix is just back, and he is not going to be looking at her at all. No worries there. Jayce is on his way back out, and now as Alistar actually just came in for a nice little combo there, but Draven was not able to follow it up as it was under the tower. And Draven is actually having to go back because he's actually pretty low. So Gragas went back to his jungle, Lee Sin is also going back to his jungle, Ryze is just going back. Okay. So yeah, I've been really curious to see, because in the past few days I've noticed that Fabbyy's been doing a lot of jungling. I don't know if he is practicing or what, but I was kind of curious because the amount of jungling he's doing seems unlikely that he's not actually requesting it. I mean, at first I thought he was just being forced into it, but with the amount it's been, I don't think that's the case anymore because there's no way that he's going to be forced into it that often, especially considering the fact that he is Fabbbyyy. These Diamond players know each other pretty well, especially the ones like Fabbbyyy, who pretty much everyone knows, but even just among just the regular Diamond players, you're going to find that most of them actually know each other, so they're not going to be taking the roles that are often really good for the other player. They might do it here and there, but they're not going to do it nearly as much as we've been seeing here. So, my guess, like I said, is that he is indeed choosing to do this, probably to get better at jungle, like I've been doing with the normals. He's been doing with ranked, which is probably a good idea. I practice with normals first. I do like how Quinn is just completely zoning this Jayce here. He is not able to get any CS whatsoever. So he is getting completely deprived. He is level 4 versus a level 7 Quinn. That is terrible news for him. The Gragas really needs to come up there and help him if possible, but by this point in time, I really don't even know if that's going to help with her being 7 and him just being 4. He's having to go back yet again. Although now would have been the perfect time for him to stick around because she's going back too. Draven is down here pushing. He's probably wanting to go into this tower, but now he got forced to go in on the tower. And yeah, that BlitzCrank pull was a killer. Very nice BlitzCrank pull there. Not sure why Draven was quite out as far as he was there and in front of the minions, but he was indeed, and that ended up being the death of him. Good idea for anybody who's playing bot lane versus a blitz, don't stand in front of the minions. Not always easy to do, I know, but if you do stand in front of the minions, exactly what happens there will happen to you. Very likely, you will get pulled. Sometimes it'll be under tower, sometimes it'll just be into the middle of a whole bunch of them. And either way, it will not turn out well for you. Alright, Quinn up here is going to go ahead and ward this. I do not blame her whatsoever. She knows that Jayce is probably going to have a gank coming in to help him. So she's going in on the Jayce. She has him down really low. She does go ahead and ignite him. I think she's going to be okay, but in comes the Gragas, and she does go down to Jayce. So I thought that Jayce was actually going to go down as well, but he actually just needed one more shot. Fabbbyyy came in with his Q, did end up flashing to get that kill, and the assist does still go to Quinn. Now Fabbyy's trying to escape from SilSol here. They are both level 6, and Fabby's actually quite low from tanking the tower there. I do not believe he has his ulti anymore. He does not. He used it there. I'm not sure what he's doing. He really needs to not go in. Oh, he noticed that the SilSol here actually had very little mana. Also, he noticed that Ryze was coming, which is something I was not even paying attention to. So now Ryze is going in on SilSol. He's going to try to take him down. I'm not sure if he's going to work. No, SilSol is going to escape this, and Kha'Zix is coming up to assist him just in case he didn't. Now Kha'Zix is going in on Ryze, did quite a bit of damage to him. There is the Kha'Zix ulti, and he does end up taking down that Ryze. So that was not the best thing for the blue team there. From down bot, let's go ahead and go back a little. Nobody's died quite yet, so let's go ahead and watch the whole thing. BlitzCrank, as it is fairly low. He's going back on this ward, so that's why the Draven and Alistar immediately came down. They knew that he would not be... he would be in trouble if they went in on him. So there we go. They are going in on the Alistar now. BlitzCrank went ahead and popped up that Draven, and now they are going to go back. Ezreal is at 45 health, and BlitzCrank is actually quite a bit more. But now this does give the Draven Alistar lane free roam for a little bit, so they can go ahead and push this to the tower. We take a look at the levels though. The Ezreal is 7 versus 6 for the Draven. So the Draven already has been shut down pretty hard. So I don't really know that it's going to matter all that much. Kha'Zix is waiting here for a gank, but Quinn seems to know it. She hasn't seen him show up mid yet, so she's being super cautious here. Very good idea on her part, and Kha'Zix is just waiting to go in. She's getting a little bit farther out as time goes by. There we go, he is going to come in. He does slow her down, and she bounces off of him there. They are going to go ahead and turret dive her. She's going to kite him around this, but Jayce is now under it. She does not end up taking down the Kha'Zix. He got really close, and Jayce is actually really close as well. Fabbyy's coming up to take him down if possible. I think it's not going to happen though. Oh, that Ezreal ulti is so close. Okay, but there he does jump to a ward, so he is coming in. He does land the Q, and down goes the Zephyx there. Death to Zephyx. Kha'Zix narrowly escaped that. I think had he been hit by that ulti from Ezreal, he actually would have died. Maybe not from the ulti itself, but that would have killed his back, so he probably would have been attacked by Fabbbyyy. Gragas is actually low on mana, so that would be a decent time for Fabbbyyy to go in on him, but he knows that the other people are MIA, and he does not want to die to them. And Gragas says, fine, I'll just go ahead and take your blue. And he is indeed taking the blue. There's a ping there for Kha'Zix, so he's going to go ahead and give it to him. The blue does end up going to Gragas instead because of the fact that they're coming. Oh, that was a failed jump there from Kha'Zix. Now Fabbyy's going in, as well as the Ryze. The Quinn is coming down. They do end up taking down that Kha'Zix, and now SilSol's in a little bit of trouble here. He does go ahead and take down Fabbbyyy with his barrel there, but Quinn is just so fast. I think she's going to catch him. She does indeed, and she just takes him down instantly. Very nice play by the Quinn there, and that is really showing the strength of that Quinn. The ulti there on Quinn. For a while, people were very convinced that she is just like the worst thing ever, and admittedly, she did get a couple buffs to bring her to what she is now. But honestly, that ulti is just a ridiculous chasing tool. And then once you do get them, obviously, popping out does a lot of damage in itself. So you can end up changing something from some enemy getting away with no problem to a complete shutdown of that enemy. A lot of pingbacks here. The purple team's actually pinging back. I guess it's probably Alistar saying, hey, I need to go back. But I really don't know. It actually might be Kha'Zix saying that Ryze is MIA, which Ryze is not MIA anymore. The Fabbbyyy is coming in for a lane gank. This ward is there. It will not pick him up. This ward is here. This will pick him up. So now they know, and Fabbbyyy is still coming. He is on that ward. So they definitely know he's there. And that ping, I believe there, would probably be the blue team saying, that's warded. So just go ahead and fall back. And they are indeed falling back. Ooh, I'll go ahead and take a look at that in a moment. Kha'Zix is coming back down, as is Gragas. There is the Ezreal ulti. Fabbbyy's going in on the Draven, by the way. There is the Gragas ulti. It is currently a 4 versus 3, which is not good for the blue team. Yeah, they do indeed end up dying. So I'm going to go ahead and come back up here. I want to see what happens to Jayce. She is 9 versus his 7, so she's not quite as far ahead of him as she was before. But she is still quite a bit ahead. He is now 8, and now she's going in. She does go ahead and use pretty much every ability on him. And now she's just flanking him down using her thing. And she flashed over his Q. That was pretty good. I like that. It was on the way to smash into her, and she just flashed right over it and said, nope, that's not going to hit me. And indeed it did not. Alright, so that, by the way, again, is the death of Fabbbyyy, followed immediately by the death of BlitzCrank. Ezreal is fine. He is going to make it back to his tower, no problem, but the purple team is going to go ahead and go in on this dragon. And I think they're going to get it with no problem whatsoever. Ezreal and Draven are just doing a little bit of trading here. Draven does not have any mana, so... Actually, neither does Ezreal, though, so... I think in that little engagement, should they actually go in one-on-one, I think Draven would come out ahead. He does have more damage usually. 139 to 174, oddly. So actually, Draven does have more base damage, but then you've got to factor in his axes, which themselves do a lot of damage. It adds another 104 physical damage. So, yeah. His damage is pretty much up to 243. As long as he's catching his axes. If he doesn't catch his axes, then yeah, that would definitely come out in Ezreal's favor. But in diamond level play, you're very rarely going to see them consistently miss their axes. Kha'Zix is just trying to steal the wraiths here. Amusingly, I'm pretty sure he only got 2 of the little wraiths, which really doesn't hurt Fabbbyyy at all. By the way, for those of you who do not know, the patch notes have been released today, or for you guys yesterday. There's quite a few changes in there. One of the big changes is going to be in the jungle, actually. And that change is that the golems, the wraiths, and the wolves all spawn at the exact same time as blue buff and red buff. So no longer will you see the blue team able to go ahead and go in on double golems down there to get that level advantage. That would no longer be the case. If they do decide to do so, they will be so late coming back into lane that they will completely negate any benefit whatsoever they gain by doing it. So, oh, that was a good ulti, and had the tower been on Ryze, it actually would have been very effective. Now Quinn's going in, she's trying to take down the Kha'Zix. She does not do it though. Now Ryze is also trying to do it, but no, Kha'Zix goes ahead. He got his reset, he came in, and he just took Ryze down. So, nice attempt, but that was a no-go. Jayce is up here just taking down this turret. Yeah, it's going to go down. There's nobody even coming to attack him. And Fabbbyyy, and actually, I guess just Fabbbyyy, was pushing it, but he did go ahead and fall back. So that is the first tower kill. No, it's not the first tower kill. First tower kill was actually this tower to Quinn. So I actually missed that one. I do remember hearing it now that I brought it back to my attention, but at the time I'd completely forgotten about it. But yeah, so from now on, no longer will you be able to even start with wolves and then go to blue buff as a jungler. But to compensate for this, Riot has upped the amount of XP that blue buff and red buff will give. So it should work out to right about the same for junglers. It'll just be really different for the laners, particularly the bot lane team. Let's see what happened there. Ezreal and BlitzCrank are here just doing quite a bit of harass, but obviously that didn't turn out well. SilSol's coming in for a gank. The Alistar came in with his ult, his combo there, and did land it on both of them, which was able to delay BlitzCrank long enough. Now they're going in on the Ezreal. They're probably going to go ahead and turret dive this. They do indeed turret dive, and he does go down to Draven. Bye-bye, Ezreal, and now these three are most likely going to go ahead and push down the tower, would be my guess. If they don't, I will be very shocked. Now, they are indeed doing so. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do in that case. Kha'Zix actually just came over, and did he get that? He did not get that. He did force Lee Sin to smite it, however, so the blue buff does not go to Ryze. Quinn's chasing him down, though, and he had to flash over that wall. I think he'll escape. Actually, no, I don't think he's going to. Oh, okay. He jumped, and the tower was just enough, and he is going to live that. I was right with my first call. Had he not had that jump available, he would have died there. But he did indeed have it. Now SilSol's coming in here on Fabbbyyy again, but Ryze is there to assist Fabbbyyy. Gragas jumps over the wall, and the Q from Fabbbyyy lands on him. There's the kick. BlitzCrank pops him up. There's the Q again from Fabbbyyy, and the kill actually goes to Ezreal, who I didn't even notice was there, but apparently he was. So, did he take him down with his ulti maybe? No, because he was there. I just didn't notice him. So, kill does go to Ezreal, which is great for the blue team. Having the 80 carry fed again is always good. And honestly, this Quinn is also very fed. She got caught out of position by a lot there by that Alistar game. Even still, she is fed, and late game, she's going to be a terror with that Ezreal. They're probably going to be doing quite a bit of damage, would be my guess. Although they do have Kha'Zix in this team, so he'll take out one of them, but they will still have another 80 carry to do that sustained damage. Great for them. BlitzCrank landed a pull on the Jayce there. Fabbyy's going to go ahead and take him down. So, very good pull by BlitzCrank there. You gotta love when that happens, and, you know, it's you instead of... when you're the one doing the pulling, or your team is the one doing the pulling, as opposed to you being pulled, because that's not so fun. Not at all. Down bottom, the Alistar and Draven have returned to their lane, and they are now pushing it here. Ezreal flashed over that wall using his E, but wasn't quite able to land a Q. In comes the BlitzCrank, tried to land a pull there on Draven, did not end up happening. Draven actually just lost his axe stack there, so he does not have quite the damage he did before. Fabbyy's going in on the Alistar, but Alistar is tanky. Kha'Zix is coming in to help. There was his ulti, so there will be no more ulti from Kha'Zix for 1 minute, which isn't bad. SilSol's up here going in on Ryze. I think SilSol actually probably could have won this had it not been for Fabbbyyy coming in. And down goes SilSol to Fabbbyyy, actually. BlitzCrank just tried to land another pull there on the Kha'Zix, and I think he was actually doing a... Oh no, that's terrible. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. It actually did kind of bait them back into staying. So Ezreal, Ryze, and BlitzCrank are all here doing quite a bit of damage. This is warded, so they are able to do damage to them. And now Ezreal's actually pulling red buff here. but these three members of the purple team are sticking around. So I think it's gonna go to them as there are only, oh no, it goes to Ezreal with the ulti. Oh, that was not what I expected at all. I thought for sure they were gonna get a very nice attempt there by Ali. He did go ahead and try to pummel Ezreal into that, but Ezreal said nope and flashed over the wall. So that was a no-go for Alistar. Lots of pings here from the purple team saying, get out. Their team is back up. Quinn, what happened with you? Why are you there? Let's see this. Okay. So she is at the tower yet again doing a lot of damage to Jayce. Actually, he hit her with his Q. Thought he missed her at first, but he did not indeed end up missing her. She's just pushing this down. I think she was trying to do some damage to the tower. And the Gragas is sitting here waiting to come in, which is probably the best. Oh, she went ahead and turret dove the Jayce there, saw the Gragas and said, I'm out. She does have that Quinn buff, so she is going to be fast. But she's going to go ahead and go in on Jayce, and she does take him down. She is going to go down to SilSol for it, but it ended up being a 1-for-1, which isn't too bad for her, considering she got ganked. Granted, she was a bit overextended without wards, but honestly, there was no way that a ward was going to pick up somebody coming from this direction anyway, so can't say I blame her. And now SilSol is out here just pushing this lane, and he has no idea that both Fabbbyyy and UncleSamsCabin are chasing after him. So here he comes. It looks like he's going to continue pushing. Ryze is circling around this way, checking these bushes just to see. And the Fabbbyyy and said Ryze are still coming down after this SilSol. So he's about to have a very unpleasant surprise there. In comes Ryze, goes in on him. SilSol goes ahead and goes into that bush. In comes Fabbbyyy though. So he does kick him into the wall there, and now, oh, very nice flash by Ryze, getting just out of the way of that the run there. And that pretty much saved him there. I think that had that hit, he would have died. In the meantime, they did get Dragon down here, but honestly, that was okay. They did pretty well with that. I enjoyed seeing there's actually been quite a bit of that, but I enjoyed seeing the little flash over the jump there. This is the second time in this game. The first one was Quinn flashing over the Q from Jayce just to save herself. And then this time it was the Ezreal, the Ryze flashing over the Gragas jump, or what do you dash? The Gragas dash, yes, in order to save her, or himself. So that was great. And now Alistar and Draven are continuing to push down here. There's a couple pings up here. They do pick up the Quinn with the wards. They are going to go ahead and fall back. 4 members of the blue team are here, so they've got to be careful. This would be a 4 versus 4 if either team decides to go in. They are picked up by this ward again, like I said, so they know that they're there. Or at least they know some of them are there. They don't know all of them are there. So, Fabbbyyy came in, did some damage to Kha'Zix there, so he is visible. In comes the Quinn with her ulti again. And she goes in on, it looks like the Alistar for now. Draven takes down BlitzCrank, but Ryze takes down the Jayce. There's the kick from Fabbbyyy, kicking the Draven back out, and now he's trying to get out because he's a little overextended, actually. He is going to get out of this. In the meantime, the Ezreal and the Ryze are just decimating the Draven's team. In comes the Quinn as well. Do they get this? Do they get this? Oh, they don't get that. Gragas did kill the Quinn, and Draven was able to get that Ryze, and now in comes Fabbbyyy. I think, oh, he does get picked up by that ward, so they know he's there. In comes Gragas, and oh, that jump. Oh, the Kha'Zix is able to get it with his W. Oh, and the Ezreal as well. I have no idea what he was doing there. Why were you there? Why were you so far? So there he is. Does he take that? Alistar don't know that flash killed him, and he actually flashed over here to try to take down the Gragas, but it did not end up happening. And he just died for it. Had he flashed this way, it would have been better because he probably would have got the Alistar, but he didn't. So that ended up being a terrible, terrible engagement for the blue team. I'm pretty sure the entire blue team died there. It wasn't an ace because BlitzCrank was back up before Ezreal died, but it was pretty much an ace. And not very many on the purple team died. I don't know if anybody died, actually. I don't believe so, no. No, I don't think anybody died. So that was definitely not a good engagement for the blue team. They are now behind on kills, and they're actually way behind on gold, thanks to the 3 towers from the purple team, as well as those 2 dragons they've got. So the blue team really needs to kick this into high gear and get them some global gold. They need to try to avoid engagements while taking down towers, or if they do find somebody who's out of position, those are the engagements they want to go in on. 2 or 3 to 1, etc. Just to take people down. Hopefully, I don't know if there's any shutdowns, but definitely to go ahead and get some gold for as many members of their team as possible. Ezreal's just going to go ahead and farm here. The Kha'Zix and the Gragas are both coming down, and this BlitzCrank and Ezreal are way too far out. Ezreal tried to flash away from the Draven, but he flashed pretty much right into the Gragas there. Now BlitzCrank goes down. He does try to pull the Draven, but it really didn't help. Kha'Zix got caught by Fabbbyyy there. He is going to go down. He does go down, yes. Ryze got punted that way. Fabbbyyy jumped to a ward there, and then flash. He still goes down to SilSol. And Ryze went down to Draven. So there is a 100% ace. That one actually registers an ace because nobody was back alive. So, where did Quinn die? She's up. Okay, so there's Quinn. She's taking this golem here. She's still 2 levels ahead of Jayce. He actually got that with his Q. She went ahead and ulted, went in on him. And, okay, so that's what happened. She just went ahead and turret dove. Not the best decision at all. She ended up dying because of the turret. I think she was trying to make it into this bush, but the tower had already launched its final shot, so it ended up taking her down anyway. Didn't notice her dying in the engagement down there, but she did indeed die up here. She's still in bird form. No, I think she is, yeah. Oh well. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and push this back here. Definitely going to get that tower. They might end up getting this tower as well, because they have a decent number of minions here. Maybe not. I think they'll get some damage on it, but I don't think they're going to be able to take it. Ezreal's back up. BlitzCrank is back up, although BlitzCrank is just kind of chilling back there. Ezreal did go ahead and get those minions, though, and they're going to go ahead and dive him. So BlitzCrank is here, and oh, the Draven is able to take him down, though. So now I do think they might be able to get this tower. Quinn's back up. BlitzCrank is still here. The Gragas went ahead and came in, ulted on the Quinn. He's taking the tower. The BlitzCrank goes down to Draven as well. Lee Sin takes down Gragas. Jayce took down this tower, and Draven actually did end up taking that tower down. So I was wrong. It did go down. And now they are all going in on Draven. Draven says, I'm going to take down as many of you as I can, which would be exactly none. So Alistar's going to go down as well. Jayce is up here going in on this tower, though, and I think he's going to be able to get it before they are able to help and go against him. It does go down, yes. He's going to go in on that inhib as well, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it, because in comes the Ezreal. Kha'Zix is there, and Kha'Zix actually slowed down Lee Sin. Lee Sin tried to land a Q on him, but he did end up missing it. Did not know quite where he was. He just knew that it was somewhere across there. But in the meantime, Quinn is pushing down bottom. She's going to go ahead and try to take this tower. I think she's going to get it. She has a decent minion wave here. And as soon as she catches up to this, she's going to go through this minion line like crazy. This minion wave is probably going to die before she gets too much damage on the tower. But this one's following up after, so I think she'll be able to take down this tower. Unless Kha'Zix gets here in time. But he's not even trying. He's just going to go ahead and take wolves. And I can't really say I blame him. The amount of time it would take him to get there to her would not really be worth it. So she is going to take this tower down. There is some global gold, and she's going to back here, which is not really the best idea. In comes Kha'Zix, he goes in on her. She does go ahead and ult there. And now she flashes over the wall. She's trying to get away from this. I think she's going to be fine. Quinn is ridiculously fast. Yeah, she's going to be fine indeed. Her team is up here engaging on Gragas. She actually got the kill on Gragas there. So down goes the Gragas. Alistar is here. He's going to go in. Does end up landing this combo on her. So she goes down to the Kha'Zix. Ryze flashes out, but I think he's still going to go down. He does go down to Jayce. Now BlitzCrank is back at this tower. They really should not have stayed that far out. They should have known that the enemy team was coming, and they should not have stuck around. But they did, and that ended up getting them killed. Draven's going to go ahead and go in on the double golems down here. Fabbbyyy actually kicked Jayce into the tower range there, and was probably hoping for a BlitzCrank goal, but that did not end up happening. Also, I don't think he had enough energy to go ahead and jump to that ward, which I believe is what he was intending with that. So that is another kill for the purple team that really didn't have to happen. He went way too far out there. So, but again, that is in large part Fabby's playstyle. He like I've said in the last video, he goes hardcore aggressive, and he hopes that it'll work. If it doesn't work, well, he continues going hardcore aggressive anyway. He has one switch, aggressive or not playing. So Draven's down here getting this dragon, and Kha'Zix is pushing top. Yep. The purple team has gone ahead and warded Baron, so they know that the blue team has no wards here, and honestly, the blue team really might not be able to engage anyway. Oh, missed that. 1 for 1, not bad. Oh. Somebody was actually teleporting here. I didn't notice that in the last battle. Just fast forwarding to go ahead and get to where that engagement up there happened. Quinn was back alive, and I guess she probably went straight there.
Blue team's turret has been
That would be my guess. We'll see though. Okay, so let's go ahead and follow Quinn here. Quinn's running out here, gonna go ahead and push this minion wave out. This is where Draven was soloing the dragon, and right after that, Quinn immediately went up here and went in on the Kha'Zix. So she does go ahead and ulti to get up here as quickly as possible, and there we go. She sees him, she goes in on him. He does use his ulti, but she's able to just rip through him. The ulti comes from him, but the final Quinn attack was able to hit Kha'Zix so that Ignite was able to take him down. So he does end up going down to that as well, and Ryze was there to help if need be, but it was a little too late for that as Gragas had already got the kill. But Gragas' ulti is down, although it's got a ridiculously low cooldown. Less than a minute. So he'll probably have it up before any engagement. And they're going to go ahead and go in on Baron. And there's really not much the blue team can do about it. They might have been able to engage had they known about it immediately, but honestly, I don't think they would have won had they engaged. So they're going to have to play super defensive now because the purple team has that Baron buff. So there's no way that the blue team could win an engagement. Now the Ezreal almost got caught there. He was able to flash out of it with his E just beforehand, and he got hit by that Gragas barrel, which means he's going to have to go back. This tower is almost definitely going to go down. Not sure what Gragas is doing there. There's the pop-up. Oh, no! Okay, there's the pop-up from Blitz. He's probably going to land a pull. Yes, Gragas ends up going down because of that. So now it's a 3 versus 4. No, 3 versus 5. So this actually might end up being a victory for the blue team if they engage right now. But the purple team's a little bit too fast to have that happen. Oh! Draven gets pulled and he just melts there. Kill does go to BlitzCrank, but that is okay. Now Quinn is chasing down the Alistar. She has her ulti, so that knockback isn't really going to help. She goes in on him. He's going to flash over that wall. I don't think any of them have flash. Oh, Ezreal does. And he's Ezreal, so he's got the Q rectify. And Alistar decides to go in on him with not the best of ideas, and he dies. So there we go. There is the Kha'Zix trying to go in on Ryze. He's getting really low. He does take him down. And now the rest of the blue team is going in on him, but he had that jump, so he was able to jump over that. Jayce just took down Lee Sin, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. And the rest of the blue team is going to have to go back to defend against that Jayce. So what exactly happened there? Okay. So there's Jayce at pretty much full. Lee Sin at pretty much full health. He jumped over to this ward, and Jayce just went ahead and just took him down. There was nothing Fabbbyyy could do. He took way too much damage from that. And Jayce is going to go ahead and take down this inhibitor here. Yeah, it is going to go down. There we go. Alright, so the rest of the blue team is here. They're going to go in on Jayce. I'm not sure they'll be able to take it. He does get interrupted by the jump there from Quinn, but he still is quite fast, and Kha'Zix is coming to help. On the other hand, though, Kha'Zix is also pretty low. Quinn doesn't have her ulti up. There is the Ezreal ult. So down goes Jayce. And now it's Kha'Zix versus BlitzCrank, which is not going to go well for BlitzCrank. But in comes the Ezreal. And, wow, barely saves that BlitzCrank. One more hit from either of them would have taken down that BlitzCrank. Gragas was coming over just in case they were doing a lazy back, but it did not happen. Now he's going in on the Ezreal. Nope, not going to hit that barrel. Ezreal says, nope, nope, nope. And he's just doing a little bit of damage there to SilSol. SilSol does have his ulti and was able to just go ahead and melt him with that, though. So down goes the Ezreal, and now Ryze and Lee Sin are both coming in on SilSol here. And there is the Ryze. They're going in on the Alistar's there as well. In comes the Lee Sin. Gonna go ahead and go in. I think they're just gonna go ahead and go on Alistar because Gragas was a little too far away. In goes the Lee Sin on Alistar. Not really able to do too much. Alistar is tanky. And Draven's on his way down, so they've got to fall back soon. Here they go. Okay, there's the kick. It did push Alistar back out here. The Quinn is going in on the Gragas. She does end up taking him down. In comes the Draven going in on Lee Sin. Lee Sin does get out of that. Quinn actually took down the Alistar in the meantime. Now they're all going in on Draven. I think Draven could take down at least one of them before dying. No! The Lee Sin flashes out. In comes the Jayce. Does end up doing a lot of damage with his Q. He's going to try to go ahead and take them down. There's the shield from Lee Sin. He does take that down. The Ryze roots him, but oh, down goes the Ryze. There's the pull from BlitzCrank, and down goes the Jayce. So that is almost an ace, but Kha'Zix is here. He's going to try to take them down. If he jumps, she's probably going to go down. They know he's there, I guess. I really don't know. She needs to go back because he can one-shot her. But the BlitzCrank is there and probably going to try to go in on Kha'Zix. He is chasing him. And there is the Kha'Zix jump. So he's going to escape that with no problem. And the blue team just really needs to concentrate on saving their base at the moment. They've got this inhib still up, but it's got pushed all the way to the inhib, so they need to go ahead and defend that as much as possible. Ezreal looks like it's probably going to push bot, while Quinn and BlitzCrank push top to save that inhib, and he's going to save this inhib. This inhib's still down, but I think it should be respawning soon. Hadn't been that long since Jayce took it down, but the respawn timer's not that long either, so we'll have to see what happens there. There's an Ezreal ulti to go ahead and push this back some. BlitzCrank is going to go ahead and do his best to do so as well, and Quinn is just pushing top. Gragas is coming at her. I don't think he's going to be able to go in on her before she leaves. No, she's going back now, and he is going back as well, or not going to her anyway. So, understandably, she doesn't stick around. It would have been really crazy to do so. Quite suicidal. And the purple team is just up here going through their jungle, clearing their buffs and such. Obviously their Baron buff is down and has been for quite some time. But even still, I think the blue team needs to be hesitant to engage in fights. They are getting to the point where both of their AD carries are kicking in though. But Jayce and Kha'Zix do a lot of damage very fast, and then Draven has a ton of sustained damage. So they've still got to be quite cautious. Yeah, Quinn is quite fed, and Ezreal is decently fed, although he's still missing a couple items to make him really strong. He's got pretty good kite ability, but that's about all he has at the moment. There is the Gragas going to go ahead and go in on Race, which means he's going to get pulled by BlitzCrank. Oh, that ward saved him. Had it not been for that ward, he probably would have been hit by that BlitzCrank pull. But the fact that it was there... Oh, they're going to go in on this? They are going to go in on this. The Lee Sin and Quinn were caught way too far out. Lee Sin's going to go down. In goes to Ryze. Ryze goes down to Kha'Zix as well. Quinn goes down to Gragas. Kha'Zix tried to come in, but nope, no go there. These two are going to escape for now, and I think they're going to be fine, but it's going to be 2 versus the world, and I don't think they're going to be able to defend this. Even though they have the double turrets on their side, I don't think it's going to be quite enough. In they go. The BlitzCrank is almost dead. Ezreal is also almost dead. The Jayce is going to go ahead and die both turrets. The Ezreal is going to go ahead and take him down, but he died for it, which is not really worth it. BlitzCrank is here. I think he's probably going to pull somebody in. Probably Kha'Zix would be my guess. No, he's just going to try and fail to pull somebody in. So I think that's GG. There's no way that the purple team is going to die before the end of this. BlitzCrank is just trying to bait them into coming so he can pull them, but I don't think it's going to happen. There was another attempt to pull, but he just got a minion, and the base is going down. Down goes Draven to nothingness, but it doesn't really matter. There are too many minions here. There's no way that the blue team would be able to play these minions, and down goes the Nexus. So there we go. Let's go ahead and take this. That was my Skype, by the way. Sorry about that. I'm going to take a look at the items here and stare at these beautiful, beautiful wards, as well as the wraiths. Alright, Jayce has 204 CS versus 238 CS for Quinn. Quinn is actually ahead both in assists, or in kills, CS, and she's actually tied with him on deaths. She is 14-11-8 versus 11-11-8. So she actually got a couple more kills, a bit more CS, but she doesn't have the global gold to make up for it, so she's still behind. Jayce has Bloodthirster, Black Cleaver, Last Whisper, Muramana, of course, Ninja Tab with the Home Guard enchant and a Chain Vest versus Infinity Edge, Blade of the Rune King, Last Whisper, Ninja Tab with the Home Guard enchant, Giant's Belt, and a Doran's Blade. The Kha'Zix has 278 CS versus 139, which is not good at all for Ryze. The Kha'Zix has 11, 4, 12, and Ryze is 5, 10, 11. Kha'Zix has Bloodthirster, Black Cleaver, Guardian Angel, Last Whisper, Muramana, and Boots of Lucidity with the Home Guard enchant. Almost the exact same build here as Jayce outside of that Guardian Angel. Ryze has Frozen Heart, Rod of Ages, Blasting Wand, Ninja Tabby, No Enchant, and Tear the Goddess. Draven has 282 CS versus 301 for Ezreal. Ezreal's ahead there, but Draven is 968 versus 469. And he's got, of course, the global gold as well. Draven has Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper, Berserker's Greaves, and a Doran's Blade versus Iceborne Gauntlet, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Ionian Boots of Lucidity, the Home Guard enchant, and a Tear the Goddess. He was almost going blue build, but not quite because of the Bloodthirster there. That would have been Blade of the Ruined King would be blue build there. The Alistar has 7 CS versus 18 for BlitzCrank. CS doesn't matter for sports. 1, 4, 21 versus 4, 7, 13. Alistar is definitely ahead in assists there by a lot. Zeke's Herald, Aegis of the Legion, Ruby Sightstone, boosted mobility, good for ganking, Philosopher's Stone, and a Vision Ward versus Shirelia's Ruby Sightstone, Ninja Tab with the Home Guard enchant, and a Kindle Gem. Gragas is 172 CS to 100 for Lee Sin. That's a pretty big difference there. And he's 11, 10, 15 versus 7, 9, 11. Gragas has Leandra's Torment, Seraph's Embrace, Athene's Unholy Grail, Spear of the Spectral Wrath, Sorcerer's Shoes, and a Blasting Wand versus Randuin's Omen. Good for this team. Sort of. Ruby Sightstone, Mercury's Treads, Giant's Belt, Chain Vest, and Madred's Razors. So that's the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.